What's up, everybody? Have you ever wanted to be able to take more risks or be more creative or help your family or your business people take more risks, be more creative, take more ownership, be more engaged? This idea will take you there. 3 ways to establish a culture of grace and how that makes a shift in the atmosphere in your family and in your business. Let's do it! What's up, everybody? It's Barrett, barrettbogan.com, talking about faith, leadership, and personal growth. It's the only way, baby. It's what Jesus is all about, helping us get better, more like Him, so that we can shape the culture around us. That goes for your family, your business, your ministry. It's exactly what this world needs, is us individuals, personally, you and me, to improve ourselves and our leadership so that we can lead better and shape our cultures, meaning our family culture, our business culture, our ministry culture, more like heaven, more like it's meant to be in interpersonal relationships. And it starts with you and me personally. So last week we were talking about standards. Your lowest standard will oftentimes be their highest. If you missed that one, hop back there. Don't miss it. It's a big idea. This week is kind of the bookend to that same idea, and it's an idea of establishing a culture of grace. A culture of grace is super, super important. If you only have high standards and you don't have grace, then you have anxiety, you have no risk takers, you have no creativity coming out because people are too afraid to fail, and so they're just high performers. And it's miserable, and everyone hates it, and you hate it, and they hate it, and that goes for family, and that goes for ministry and business and all of that. But if you only have a culture of grace and you don't have high standards, then you get nothing done. You may have a lot of fun, but not for long, because there's a lot of issues in the family, a lot of arguments, there's a lot of issues in the business and ministry, and nothing's getting done, and you're not making money as a business, and so you aren't a business for long. So there's got to be hard work and high standards and from the top down, but then there's also got to be this culture of grace. And here's how you do this: apologies from the top. Leadership apologies from the top. Because here's the deal, is no one is perfect. You and I are not perfect. We can shoot high, and we can have high standards, and we can make sure that our standards are improving, and we can get feedback and all of that stuff. But if we have apologies from the top, if you and I are willing to apologize when we fail or when we don't meet the standard, then our people, our kids, our children, our employees, whatever, they see that, and they see, this person's real. This person wants me to succeed. They want our business to succeed. That is true devotion. That's great leadership. Someone who will inspire, but also apologize when they were out of line, or when they missed the mark, or when they didn't meet the standard, or whatever it is. So apologies from the top is a huge, huge way that you can establish a culture of grace. Here's another way that you can establish a culture of grace, is by communicating it from the start and regularly. So whether it's when you're onboarding a new employee, or even just as kids, when you have kids, you're communicating it all the time. Just the idea that it's okay to fail, it's okay to take a risk and it not pan out. We're establishing a culture of taking risks and being creative and having fun and trying hard and maybe failing, but learning from that and growing. When you establish that, when you say things like that, and when you follow through with that. You establish a culture of grace. Here's the third way. You don't have these crazy, exorbitant ramifications when there's failure. Okay, so essentially it's walking out the idea that there's grace when you fail. So maybe you could read The 1 Minute Manager. That idea of when there's a failure, maybe there's a 1 minute reprimand, but not bigger than that. Or there's also this idea that maybe it's in private or maybe it's in public. And we'll talk about that probably in the next video. When to reprimand publicly, when to reprimand or rebuke privately, and what's okay and what's not okay. So stick around for the next video for that. It's a pretty crucial idea. There's 3 ways that you can establish a culture of grace in your homes, in your businesses, in your ministries. Number 1, apologies from the top. Number 2, communicate it from the start and regularly. And number 3, follow through by just having these simple rebukes or reprimands or consequences when there's failure. Whether that be the instance is like it doesn't need a rebuke at all. It's just like, oh, dude, great job, great try, because you saw a lot of great effort. Totally, I see that it didn't work out, but no worries, let's keep trying. Or if it's in the case of someone that totally didn't try, or intentionally disobeying the rules, or intentionally doing something to harm someone else or the family or the business or whatever, that stuff has to be nipped for sure. So there it is. If you are enjoying these leadership principles, if you're on YouTube, give me the thumbs up, give me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications. If you're on barrettbogan.com, give me a comment. Definitely subscribe there. If you're on YouTube, hop over to barrettbogan.com because there's even more free resources here on my blog. That is the big idea of kind of what I love to do, is give you a ton of free resources. So we do the blogs here, we do the free resource library, which is chock full of leadership ideas and biblical faith, leadership, and personal growth. And then if you want to go even further, if you're looking for a program to teach and learn and train and get equipped, thoroughly equipped in faith and in leadership and in personal growth, then join LCA, Lifestyle Catalyst Academy. This is where we talk about these principles all the time. Our community is growing around the world, and we are passionate people about Christ and about leading well in family and in business and in ministry and in our personal lives. And there's so much there. So whatever level you're at, love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know about your culture of grace, something that you do to establish a culture of grace, or a question that you have. I'd love to hear from you specifically. What do you do to establish a culture of grace, or have you seen in a family or in a business or in a ministry that you thought was a really great way to establish a culture of grace, and maybe something that you think is an incredible benefit to having a culture of grace? Love to hear from you guys in the comments. Peace out.